Well, greetings world and greetings Seven Spot. Looks like we're live again. And we've got something special for you today. It is a 7 spot first. And I got to tell you that it's a treat for me because instead of getting up at or before the crack of dawn, I am speaking to you live in the same time zone. Today, we are bringing in, and I'm going to add to it right now, we're going to bring in Gray Kim, who's in the San Francisco area, and he's got an electric 7 that he built himself. And Gray, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
That's great. I'm going to take myself out of the picture because, as I tell everybody, this isn't about me. It's about you. And I was wondering if you'd be kind enough to tell us about your car. But as I said earlier, part of the thing about what we do is I'm very interested to know why people build and how long it takes. So tell me, why did you decide to build an electric 7 and how long did it take? Now I'm going to take myself out of the picture and let you do your show. How's that?
Okay, sounds good. I'd say why. I can't really tell you why. I really wanted to learn something. And I was really interested in these cars. I like them a ton.
Yep.
Every single one of my projects that I've done in the past has taught me more than like I'll ever learn through like reading about other people's projects, I guess. So I kind of just wanted to jump in and just try it out for myself. Yeah. So and then as far as like how long it took 2.5 years, I think, from start to finish.
Now, this is a low-cost based kit, or not kit, but it's a low-cost based plan. Is that right?
Not really. The overall chassis dimensions are very close to that by Ron. I forgot what his last name was, but there's
Ron Champion.
Yeah, Ron Champion, exactly. The overall dimensions are based on that, but it's heavily modified for electric drivetrain, and it has an RS too. And the suspension spindle in the front uses a NA. I think it was a '92 Miata spindle in the front. So I had to basically the jump is completely different than the suspension all around is completely different, and a lot of the things had to be changed up to accommodate for motors and batteries and whatnot. But I can flip around to the back there and show you the IRS. It took a while to design this. At the time I didn't know how to use CAD, so I had to ask my dad for help.
And this is a Miata diff there too. I can see that.
1.6 Miata diff. It's just an open diff, but the car weighs like so little that I'm not really limited by what's it called? The diff. I'm more limited by traction. So not really that big of a deal. The motor is an ADC8. It's a series wound 8-inch motor. The thing makes about probably like 100 horsepower, but it's insane because the torque is instant. It feels like a lot more power than it actually is. The battery pack is from a Chevrolet Volt. These are from a 2012 Chevrolet Volt. I got two modules here, right here, two modules here, and then two in the back, right behind the package. And so it gives me a total of 12 kilowatt hours, which is about like 40-50 miles on a charge. And the motor controller is from a company in Australia, Zeva Electronics. The guy Ian was really nice and helped me out quite a bit on this project. What else was there? Oh, and then I started this project when I was in 8th grade, I think, middle school, and the budget was a huge problem for me because these kits can get pretty expensive. Just building these things can get pretty expensive, so I took my time. A lot of the time spent in this car was actually like finding good deals. I could have done it way quicker if I didn't care about money. There's no object, but I spent $5,000 on everything. Like you see here, steel.
How much money did you put into it?
$5,500, which is insanely cheap for what this is. But
that is incredibly cheap.
Yeah, I spent a ton of time working on like procurement and stuff for every little part. But do you have any more questions? I guess that was kind of a basic rundown.
Well, no, that solved a lot of the information for me. But I got to ask you, when you say you did basic procurement, were you spending a lot of time online going through eBay and finding used parts and stuff
Oh,
like that, or how did you do that?
yeah, a ton of eBay, ton of Craigslist, off Facebook Marketplace, just a bunch of things just to find those. Like to give you an example, I got the drive shaft diff, I got the drive shaft diff, rear knuckles, parking brake, and brakes for $50 on Facebook Marketplace. So I just spent
Wow.
I spent a ton of time making sure I could minimize the cost of every little part. And I think that's more fun for me actually is the having a budget. I guess I really enjoy like setting an unrealistic budget and trying to get as close as I could.
Well
So,
done. Congratulations. It truly is a low cost.
yeah, exactly.
In the low cost sense of the word. Wow, that's absolutely phenomenal. Now, is it street legal?
Yeah, it's registered. Here's the VIN number right here. See it down here. But yeah, it's registered with the CHP and DV, so this thing can go
Wow.
anywhere you want. Yeah.
Wow. And you, I'm just going to ask all the questions. Did you weld the space frame?
Yeah, everything. I cut the actual space frame with an angle grinder, so it took a while to do it. But yeah, everything here. I also fabricated my own tube bender for the roll cage out of a engine cherry picker. Yeah.
No way. Did you really?
Yeah, I actually did. It was because I didn't want to spend money on a bender. They're stupid expensive. So I just fabricated. I fabricated one with the what's it called a cherry picker, hydraulic cherry picker from Harbor Freight. It worked pretty well. I was really happy with the bins. I think they look pretty clean.
I'm going to have to send you an email and get your plans for making it, because I'm looking at doing the same thing. But if I can do it with my cherry picker, I'm going to do it. That sounds great.
Yeah, it was fun. It took a few weekends to iron out the kinks, but it was a fun side project.
And you said did you mention to me that it was this was a lot of it was fabricated before you got a CAD design, and was it just done visually, or how did you do that? Did you get plans off of Locost, or where did you how did you come by the plans?
The plans the overall dimensions for this thing was based on the Ron Champion book, the book. But as far as like the IRS goes and all that stuff, my dad helped me a ton. That's where he helped me the most of the project is like the modeling the suspension geometry and trying to imitate the Miata stock suspension geometry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wonderful. What an amazing car. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I got to say, I'm looking forward to doing an awful lot more of these electric low costs and other sevens, because I mean, I'm thinking it's, whether we like it or not, it truly is the way forward. We're going to see a lot more of them. And with regard to the battery packs, how long did you say you get about 55 miles out of them?
Yeah, it's not the battery's fault. The motor is terribly inefficient. I think the motor is basically a forklift motor just because of budget again. I like looking back. I would have used like a Toyota a Prius motor and inverter, but I didn't at the time. I didn't know enough about electronics to reverse engineer one of those. Yeah, but and they also weren't really publicly available. Like people weren't really public about how they got Toyota Priuses spinning in Toyota Prius like vehicles.
Yeah.
So I went with the DC motor, but that's the main reason that it's limited to 15 miles. The battery pack is like 40 to 50 miles, but it really depends on how hard you punch it. Because this motor wide open can draw like 1,000 amps, which is an absurd amount of power. At 100, this system's 144 volts, by the way, too.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know how you have the bravery to wire that baby up. I tell you, I've said it before, I would be using rubber gloves from a great distance, rubber boots, the whole deal.
This isn't, next project I'm working on is way scarier than this. 144 volts isn't, it's enough to fry you, but the next one I'm working on is going to be 400. And I was much more scared about that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? Thank you so very much. You mind if I ask, could you wander around to the other side of the seven? Is that possible? So we can take a look from the other side?
Sure.
That's Absolutely phenomenal. What a beauty.
The
And
body paneling was kind of a hack. I got kind of tired of the project close to the end, so I just threw together body panels. They're not great, but they get the job done.
so is this going to be the first of many, or what's the plans going forward?
I thought this was an interesting project. But and later in the future, I'd probably after
After
some sort
college?
of far after college, I'd like to do another ground up design, like ground up and design everything over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I actually spend time on body panels and stuff that I didn't focus on the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
But and ideally, I'd like to use like Tesla solution, like a Tesla P100 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Later down
Got
the
it.
road. But for now, But for now, this thing is probably gonna stay as it is, for a while because I don't really have the time to do a motor swap or something like that.
No, no, I totally get what you're saying. I mean, as a project and as a, I guess, a test bed for what you wanted to get accomplished, this one has accomplished its task.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
wouldn't really consider myself a car guy though. I don't know why. I really enjoy electronics, like power electronics.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's what got me in the first place. But I also like mechanical parts, stuff like that. But I wouldn't consider myself like like an avid car guy. I just think that cars have every single engine put into one package. That's
Yeah.
what I find interesting.
Wow. Well, Gray, you've given us now almost 12 minutes of your time to see this wonderful electric 7, and I got to congratulate you from all of us at 7 Spot. You are the first electric 7 walk around that we've done. So thank you very much. and
It was
and
fun.
yeah, it was great. And what I will say to you, because I'm going to bring myself back into the picture here, wait a second, do this exit, so put myself back into the picture, and I'll say, Gray, on behalf of everybody at 7 Spot, thank you very much. You were kind enough to stick with me while I was waiting. We had a little bit of a family issue that we've been dealing with this week, and thank you for hanging in there. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Least I could do.
All right. So with that, I'm going to say, as I always do, that we're all in this mess together. My wife, Wendy, made me do this, and it's not my fault. So have yourself a good day.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Cheers. We'll be in touch. Bye for now.